Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Installment of Scott Selections here for Wednesday, January 18th. For again today's play of the day, quick recap what happened yesterday. We had a loss in hockey with a player prop. We had Owen Tippett over 2.5 shots on goal and minus 130 on DraftKings. It was on great pace, and then it absolutely died on us. It kind of sums up the run we've been on lately. Tippett had 2 shots on goal with 18 minutes to go in the second period. So 2 shots in the first 22 minutes of the game. We needed 1 shot in the final 38 minutes against the worst defense in the league, giving up 39 shots on goal per game. And Tippett had 0. He finished with 2. And to make matters worse, Philly had 39 shots on the dot, so it wasn't like Anaheim suddenly became a good defensive team. They were horrible. Philly dominated the entire game. They got a bunch of shots on, and Anaheim gave up its game average. And yet Tippett, the first line winger, who was also on the power play, did not have a shot in the final 38 minutes, which is just really absurd. Either way, still love the play. I thought the read was great. We got exactly what we wanted, except Tippett just wouldn't get a shot on for the final, basically 2 periods, and we picked up a loss. So either way, been pretty unlucky lately. I think we can say that was a good read there. It just didn't end up cashing. And hopefully we snap out of it and get back on track here on Wednesday. And for today's play of the day, going to college basketball, we'll get a matchup between Arkansas and Missouri taking place at around 9 p.m. Eastern time. And for this match, we're going to take the home team in this one. We're going to take Missouri on the money line at minus 130 on DraftKings. Time recording of 3 a.m. Eastern time. Couple reasons why I like Missouri in this spot. First reason, it's a classic spot for a historical trend of an unranked team being favored over a ranked team in either college basketball or college football. And historically, that's been very profitable if you blindly back the unranked team. But there's a couple reasons why Missouri is favored despite not being ranked. First reason, Missouri really, really good at home. The Tigers are 10-1 straight up at home. The only loss was to Kansas, who's arguably a top 5 team in the country. Yes, I know they lost to Kansas State in overtime yesterday, but Kansas is still a very solid team. And Missouri no-showed the game. They got absolutely killed, but they've been good in every other home game this season, and I do trust them in my opinion, what's one of the most underrated home court advantages in all college basketball. But you're looking at Arkansas. This team is also really, really good at home, but they're really, really bad on the road. In fact, they're useless on the road. Arkansas is 0-3 straight up on the highway, and they're also entering this game in terrible form. Arkansas is 1-4 straight up in conference play, and they've lost each of their last 3 games by at least 13 points. To go through those games, they played against Auburn, lost that game by 13. Auburn's ranked. They're not as good as they had been in years past, but still a pretty solid overall team. Played Bama at home, lost by 15. Bama, top 5 team in the country, top 3 team in the country. I guess you can argue that's excusable. But then played Vandy on the road. Vandy, not good. They're 9-9 straight up in general this season. And yet Arkansas lost that game by 13. They gave up 97 points. I don't think Jerry Stackhouse is a good coach. I don't think that Vandy has a good team. And yet they still ran Arkansas out of the building. And I think that's seriously going to be an issue because if Arkansas is on a 3-game losing streak in blowout fashion, they're 1-4 in conference play. And now they're traveling to Missouri, who has been struggling a bit lately on the road, but now they're returning back home. I think Missouri is going to be amped for this game, and I do think Arkansas is going to struggle. It's also a bit fascinating that Arkansas just beat this Missouri team about a week and a half ago by 6 at home, and now Missouri's favored. I think that's pretty telling to me that the team that just lost to the same opponent is now favored. I think that tells me that the public is going to be basically dared into taking Arkansas, and I'm not going to do it. I just think that you're looking at the reasons why Missouri's favored in this game despite just losing to the same Arkansas team. It's the home road splits between both teams and the fact that Missouri was very competitive in a very hostile environment there. They actually led by 17 points. They choked the game away, but they still led by 17, and that makes me believe that Arkansas is really going to be up against it in such a hostile environment on a Wednesday night. But you're looking at the overall KenPom numbers. Missouri is 10th in offensive efficiency according to KenPom. Arkansas ranks 44th. And I mentioned how bad Arkansas has been lately in conference play. To go through the actual numbers, Arkansas is 0-5 ATS in its first 5 conference games, or its last 5 games overall. So Arkansas is trending in the wrong direction, and I'm not going to back them in this spot as a result. Missouri, though, has been very good against good teams, as Missouri is 4-1 ATS in its last 5 games against teams with winning percentages above 60%. So Missouri, despite the one no-show against Kansas, has been very good against winning teams this season, and I think that should continue in this spot at home. But Arkansas has kind of fallen off a cliff, And the fact that Arkansas, despite being ranked, is an underdog against a team that it just beat roughly 2 weeks ago, I think is pretty telling. I think it tells me Missouri's going to win this game. You can take the spread if you want to go for the riskier option. I believe it was minus 105 at minus 1.5 points on BetMGM. If you want to take that option, I'm going to play it safe, and I'm going to take the money line. I think this game's going to be close. I'm not picking Missouri to blow them out, but I think they'll do enough to win this game at home. So play that once again here for Wednesday, January 18th is going to be on Missouri money line at minus 130 on DraftKings. Bye, everyone.